Live from Camp Brightside in Georgetown, Texas, this is the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with head coach Chuck Griffin. Camp Brightside, located at 8701 Rural Route 2338 or Williams Drive in Georgetown, Texas, is the host of this year's show. And now, here's the voice of your Georgetown Eagles, Wally Harmon.
Good evening and welcome to Georgetown High School. It's a different field tonight. We're in the little gym down here at Georgetown High School with the weather and the elements out of Brightside made it a safer call. We got to enjoy a good meal with the team tonight here at the team dinner. And, wow, what a shout-out to the chefs. Compliments to Jimmy Warren and the guys out smoking pork chops tonight. And what a dinner it was, but a night to celebrate. A big win in by district. Georgetown beat Centennial 42-11 on Friday night last week at Birkelbag Field, and then were the key beneficiaries to a coin flip barrage, if you would say, to win a coin flip and another home football game tomorrow night. How big is that, Kelly? You get to bring in the number 2 team in the state, but they have to travel and come into your confines at Birkelbag Field. They have to be on the road. They have to change their whole schedule, and Georgetown gets another opportunity to play at home in front of a good crowd.
Just a great opportunity. Excited for it. I mean, how many schools get to host 2 playoff games in the same season? And it's just always nice to be at home. And I'm excited for the ball game on Friday. I think it's going to be a great ball game. We're going to see some really, really good athletes on both teams. And it should be a great Friday Night Lights ball game.
And it's been going around, Phil the Burke, and a lot of advertisements, a lot of shares of tweets. You saw it from the Day Tripper. You saw it from Coach. You saw it from the Booster Club. A lot of people putting it out there. Phil the Burke on Friday night. Tomorrow night, 7 p.m. is the kickoff. It's the Frisco ISD Lone Star Rangers coming in to take on your Georgetown Eagles. And so, as it was said, come early, be loud, wear blue, and fill the stands. And an opportunity just to support this team that continues to do great things. A big win last week against a Centennial Spartans team who has had some talent, and they have a lot of youth. It's going to be fun to watch Coach Meyer and the Spartans over the next couple of years. A lot of key positions out of his 22 starters were sophomores, underclassmen, even if you add in the juniors. And so it's going to be fun to watch Coach Meyer and the development of the Spartans over the next couple of years under his tutelage after he took over this year. But Georgetown really got into a defensive mindset, it seemed like, on Friday night that just disrupted everything the Spartans tried to do. Some big plays, a defensive interception, 2 fumbles, a defensive touchdown, and then you had your special teams playing well. The kick coverage was good, and then the offense, of course, doing offensive things that they do, running the ball so well with the weapons behind McDougal, and then on the outside with that receiving core, and a big win, 42-11 to advance to the area round. And District 8 win half 50-50. Cedar Park held on for the 50-43 win in their battle against the Tyler Lions, but Eastview fell to Midlothian and then Lake Belton to Highland Park. But an opportunity for Georgetown to do good things tomorrow night. And this Ranger team, you're going to see talent come in. I think you're going to see a defensive a team and a physical team in Georgetown that Lone Star really hasn't seen a lot of this year, and I think that's going to be the strong suit for Georgetown. They face teams like this that have quarterbacks, athletic quarterbacks that can run, can throw the ball, receivers and weapons on the outside, running backs, and a good defense. It should be fun to be a part of at Birkelbag tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I think we saw it early in the game last week. You could tell that the defense was just clicking. Offense was clicking. Defense was clicking. This just really seemed like a complete ball game. we had a lot of good stuff happen offensively, defensively, and special teams. And I think these Eagles can keep this up and maybe throw something at Lone Star that they haven't seen this season. They're going to be facing a very, very physical Georgetown football team on Friday night, so we'll see how both teams respond.
We'll take a quick time out. When we come back, we'll bring up Coach Chuck Griffin, talk some Eagle football over the Burleson Centennial win, and a look at the Lone Star Rangers coming in on Friday night, tomorrow night here at Berkelback Field. We'll be right back live from Georgetown High School on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show, brought to you by Camp Brightside. Stay with us.
Visit Camp Brightside and enjoy great food and drinks in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Brightside is not just great food and drinks, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Brightside is located at 8701 Ranch Road 2338 Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Brightside is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show each Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food and fun like nowhere else in Georgetown, visit Camp Brightside and stay a while.
Back live here at Georgetown High School. Shut down the jingle.
Shut it all down.
Awesome. We got Coach Chuck Griffin joining us here live at the gymnasium. The weather, as it continues to, it's been a factor this year. We had to move one game up an hour and made a good call there. But an opportunity, it looks like this weather's going to pass. It may be a beautiful night for Friday night football. Yeah. But a big win. Yeah. We can't look past Centennial Spartans. This Georgetown team put on a show on Friday night. The funny thing is you guys, Coach, you and this coaching staff could always find something to work on, but what a week to go out and to just have a dominating win over Centennial in the Bayou District round.
Yeah, man, I'm extremely proud of our guys and the way they performed last week and the way they played. They, going against the Flexbone, you never know. You got to play assignment football. It's a little different than what we do from week to week, defensively. And our guys did a tremendous job with that. And offensively, we kind of got in rhythm, got some things going early on in the game, and got a lot of players in there at the end. So I thought it went really well.
One thing you saw on both sides of the ball is players making plays. Yeah. The big thing I think we talk about maybe the most out of that game was the win on the defensive side of the ball. It was assignment football against this Flexbone, and you had players making plays all over the field, but I think one that stuck out to me a lot was Gavin Smith. Yeah. Almost seemed like he shut down the left side of that offensive run game and any kind of pitches to go his side because of what he was reading and how dedicated he was, causing 2 big fumbles.
Yeah, we moved Gavin out of the middle and put him over there just kind of, hey, this is what we need you to take care of. And he did a tremendous job. And Easton Smith on the other side. But, Gavin played, caused 2 fumbles, had a recovery himself. The other one resulted in Tennessee Dean picking it up and scoring a touchdown with it. So that was incredible. So we got 3 turnovers on the night, and one of those resulted in a score right off the bat. So and they all resulted in a score for our offense. So just again, tremendously proud of the way our defense played.
We talked about it in the broadcast, and you and I have had some conversations about it. It was obvious early in that ball game that defense was clicking for the Eagles Friday night. At what point in that? For the coaching staff, I mean, as the fans, we get to sit there and be fans. Yeah. But with the coaching staff, when you start to see your team clicking like that early, how do you maintain that through the game?
Well, I mean, that's the challenge always is to try to figure out how to maintain the intensity level, right? And that's always a challenge for kids. Their attention spans are short, and to be honest, ours probably aren't much better, but – just trying to get there to make sure that they stay focused on the task at hand, and we've got some good experience from being in the playoffs last year, and kind of the way that those two finished up, So there's a good point of why you got to finish and why you got to play the way you do.
Well, and it was obvious this was 2 different teams from the 2 teams that played last year. Centennial will go to double overtime in the first round of the playoffs last year, but that's a very young team, talented team, but it showed very quickly that your Eagles have their feet under them, and they are no longer a young ball club. They're an experienced ball club and excited to play.
Yeah, they got 11 games in now, right? Yeah. So they've got good experience, and they're ready to go and playing well.
You turn around against a team like Lone Star this week. How do you keep, and what are you coaches doing to be able to keep that their ranking and they're undefeated out of the heads of players to not be defeated before they even take that field, but yet be the challenged as they're the team that team hasn't seen all year, and to make the difference there on the field physically.
Yeah, I think that's been part of our talk this week. One, our kids handled that last week because there was some talk early last week in that, and our kids had a players-only meeting, and that was one of the things they discussed in that meeting was, hey, we're not talking about Lone Star, we're going to talk about Centennial. And then this week we've concentrated on, hey, we're going to control what we can control. I can't control how many stars they got or how many players they got that have stars or any of that kind of stuff. What I can control is how well we practice, how well we play. And don't forget, they got to beat us too.
Yeah.
Like we've got to have that mindset that it's not just about us beating them. They got to beat us. And so that's been part of our role, We've looked a lot at the teams they played, and probably the closest game or the closest game they've had this year has been Reedy, which we're very familiar with Reedy, and similar in a lot of ways, offensively and defensively, and I think it's a good matchup, probably a better matchup than people think. The travel helps, being able to win that flip and get them to come here, that helps. They never travel like this. Their farthest game this year was 42 miles. So and like these guys have never traveled because all their playoff games are right there in the Metroplex. So they've played a lot of games, but everything's been right there in an 18-mile square. So having them travel and have to come 3.5 hours down here is a good thing for us too. So we're just going to control what we can control and go play football.
A lot of times it seems like it may be coach speak, but Wally and I have been talking about this. If these Eagles play like they can stay with anybody.
Yeah, for sure. We've got to do that. The other thing we've talked about is, hey, if you're going to win in the playoffs, like we want to win, like we talk about, then you have to play games like this.
Yeah.
You got to beat teams that are number one in the region, and you're going to have to beat teams that are ranked in the top 5 in the state. You're going to have to do those things if you want to win championships. And so that's just part of what we got to do.
I heard a quote earlier in the week from some coach I won't mention, but said something about, I'm not really worried about the fact that they have D1 players. We have D1 players as well. How do you keep that confidence in this locker room that it's not about who they're bringing in, but about what we're putting out there to give them the competition?
Yeah, it's a team sport for a reason, right? And you've got to get all 11 players playing really well. And I think that's important for our kids to understand. And, hey, we're going to go out there and play our best football. And one of the big things we've talked about this week is you play this play to the best of your ability. And you don't worry about the last play. You don't worry about the next play. You play this play to the best of your ability, and then you play the next one to the best of your ability, one at a time. And if you stack up enough wins on that, then the scoreboard will take care of itself.
How different is it preparing for a playoff game versus a regular season game, or is it different?
It's a little different. We've lightened up a little bit. We're just so late in the season, and everybody's got little nicks and bumps and bruises and those kind of things this time of year. So we change things up a little bit. Our practice is a little bit shorter. We don't wear full-on football pants during practice now. We wear just our champions pants, and practice is a little bit shorter. We're a little lighter on their legs and try to recover a little bit better. And then we let our JV kids they scrimmage for about 5 minutes every day, and then they scrimmage Thursdays while we're doing our walkthrough. They go over and they scrimmage full-on scrimmage against each other, so they're getting better and being more competitive, and they get a little benefit as well.
How big is that buy-in for your program to convince these kids at the freshman, sophomore level on the JV and freshman teams, these key practices, these extra practices because of this playoff run are huge to this program in the future?
Yeah, if you say you play the second round every year, well, then a kid by the time he's going to his senior year, he's had an entirely new spring football, right? Because he's had 6 practices after his freshman year, he's had 6 practices after his sophomore year, and he's had 6 after his junior year. So he's had a full 18 practices. He's had a whole spring football outside of the spring football that we get to do. So that's big in the success of our program and developing our program.
It's just so different. There's a lot of teams that aren't playing football this Friday.
Yeah.
And like you said, you can sit down on a piece of paper and talk about schemes and talk about assignments, but it's so much different once you put that uniform on and get out there on the field.
Well, we just want to put them in competitive situations. Obviously, practicing and getting better at those kind of things, but then putting in those competitive environments, like when we start off practice with a little scrimmage with those guys, and our varsity team gets on the sideline and kind of cheers for them, and it's loud and obnoxious, but they're in a competitive situation. And then today, last week we worked an overtime situation. This week we worked a backed up situation, and then we worked a open field, and then we worked some third and mediums, and we worked our teams against each other, and it puts them in competitive situations where they have a chance to win.
So what do you see, what does the coaching staff see as the biggest challenge this Friday night against the Lone Star?
Probably team speed, making sure we can tackle guys. They've got a receiver that's really good. They got a quarterback that's really good. They got a running back that's pretty decent. They've got a corner that's really good, a linebacker that's really good, a safety that's really good. So, just overall team speed is probably the biggest concern. And I said in the coaching office today, if we can get 3 stops and take care of the football and run the football well, we're going to be just fine. We're going to be in really good shape. So I think that's got to be the mindset this week going in.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Birkelback Field. It'll be the Georgetown Eagles welcoming in the Lone Star Rangers in the area round of the football playoffs. Coach, this campaign this week has been spread out all over social media. Georgetown basketball changing the game to 5 p.m. JV and freshmen playing today to get those players and get those families out to the Burke. What's that message to this community? How important is that to make this a big crowd and a lot of noise to back this Georgetown team?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, you can feel the energy in a football game, and when folks are there and they're loud and they're fired up and cheering our kids on, they can feel that, and I think that's really big. So we want our community out. We want to pack the Burke. We want to wear blue. We want to be loud. So.
And, of course, we want everybody to come cheer for the Eagles, but if you're just a football fan, this is going to be a really, really good high school football game Friday
absolutely.
night. So.
Absolutely.
Come out and watch.
It's like Burnett. Have you heard what Burnett ISD is doing? No school tomorrow.
No school.
Yeah.
So everyone can make the trip down to watch up to near Wichita Falls for their second-round game. But that's the community you have like here in Georgetown, just on a bigger scale. And so it'll be fun to watch tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Just come hang out at the Burke. 5 o'clock. 5:15, come to the tailgate. There will be a tailgate tomorrow night. Go to the stands. Get those. I tell you what, it's been fun. The last couple of home games coming through, the players walking through, the band out playing the fight song, Line in the Street, welcoming them into the stadium. Another night to do that. Not many teams get to do that this late into the season. It'll be tomorrow night at Birkelback Field. Come join us live there for the tailgate and for the kickoff. 7 p.m. at Birkelback Field. We'll take a timeout. We come back. I guess we'll just go with Tennyson Dean because he's sitting right there. We'll bring your defensive player next to talk to Tennyson Dean live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoor enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. River and Ranch offers a large selection of outdoors and hunting supplies. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoors outfitter with high-quality services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what we have to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown or visit our website at rrpgtx.com.
It's like it's been some work going on. Better be prepared. Yeah, I ain't alone in the booth. Yeah, the spirit of work. Turn the microphone up. Yeah, I'm trying to be heard. Demons calling me up. Still been reading the word. A couple questions I need answering. I'm down for the search, so help me find me.
I'm back live here at Georgetown High School. And now we're joined. We just call him the dog. I tell you what, he plays like a rabid, wild dog. I tell you what a game. But the dog position, it's fun to introduce him every time. He wears number 8 on this team, and he is an impactful player. Tennyson Dean joins us now. Man, the touchdown, I lost it. I lost it the other night in the booth. I went half soccer, half football, yelling score as you made it into the end zone. Talk about that one play right there and how hyped up that defense just continued to blow up at that point of you guys taking control of that game.
I mean, it started with Gavin the first time he got that foam recovery. I looked at him on the bench. We were all high-fiving, and I was like, dude, if you didn't pick that up, I was going to score. And sure enough, he caused another one, and I picked it up. And I crossed the goal line and everything went white. I don't really remember what happened after that. I was watching it on film on Saturday and realized I knocked Coach Knowles over. And he was in a 4-point stance, you know. But just, I mean, we had momentum all game, just kids doing their job, making plays. So we really never slowed down. We were rolling all night, so it was great.
Is that your first varsity touchdown?
Yep, it was.
Awesome.
Yep, it was first 6. I had some 2 points, but that was my first 6-pointer.
Did you sneak the football away?
No, I kind of, like I said, I mean, everything went white. I threw the ball away and kind of just put my hands up and started running the sideline. You know, it was great.
One thing this defense has done all year is just continue to get better, but making plays. You get plays here, and Gavin Smith, man, just fed that with 2 big causing fumbles there on 2 plays, pitching it, coming to his side. But this defense had an interception the other night, only the 3rd of the year, 2 fumbles and both recoveries, big turnovers. Is it something that momentum just continued to follow the other night? Because you guys, once you got Burleson, Centennial out of their game plan, they still tried to stick to it, but it was like they were defeated in their own heads, it looked like, on the field, knowing that this defense had kind of figured out what they were doing. Did you guys just the momentum start from the beginning and keep running? Do you all keep feeding on each other? What happened the other night? It seemed like nothing stopped for you guys.
I mean, yeah, we just never had a mindset that, you know, like we were slowing down. You know, we never had the mindset that, oh, we're up. You know, we can tone it down. You know, I think we had a ferocious mindset where we're just gonna put our foot on their throats the whole game. You know, and Coach Lotz was telling us every time we came off the field, you know, we're going to run their offense better than they run their offense. And I think we did that on Friday. And it was really just a mindset thing, you know, that we're going to make you stop playing football, you know, make you not want to play anymore.
We were talking about it in the booth during the broadcast, especially near the end of the game. For us in the stands watching, seemed like maybe y'all's most complete game of the season all the way around. Offense, defense, special teams working so well. At what point in that ball game did it just start to become fun, pin your ears back, and go hit somebody?
Man, after that first drive, we kind of settled into it. We got used to the speed. You know, we're not going to get the same game speed that we would during the week with the scout team. We settled into the speed of it, and then after that, we knew our assignment, and we just executed, you know. And the offense that they run, there really wasn't a lot of room for decision-making. It was kind of just, this is your job, and you do it. You know, and if they pitch to that guy, then you're going to make the play. And so that was kind of the mentality that it was just we're going to do our job without fault, you know, and they paid for it. So.
And it's fun in a game like that, though. You had players inserted in different positions. Fielding Garner came in a position and made some plays. You saw names come in where you weren't in your normal set of a couple of a couple of cornerbacks, a couple of safeties. People were having to play that assignment football, and key people. Easton Smith, what a game on the left side. You had Gavin on the right side. It's like players stepped in with no hesitation. It didn't matter who it was, when it was. This defense continued to fuel each other. How big is that now to keep that momentum flip forward to a different offense? It's not going to be the flex bone. It's going to be an offense that has some weapons on it. How do you guys keep that intensity, but then switch that mindset from now we're solely focused on assignment? If it pitches this way, that's your play. You stay home to be ready for whatever you're going to face tomorrow night.
I mean, it's a little less. I mean, it's still assignment football. You know, every Friday night's assignment football, but it's a little less. You know, you have one job and one specific job. You know, and it's more. There's more decision making that's going to have to be made on the fly. And I think our guys. I mean, that's what we've been doing all year. You know, and so last Friday night was kind of an exception. So I think they're ready for that and they're used to that. But we're excited for it just because you know we've had a really good week of practice, and our belief has been we're going to win this football game. You know, and if it's not that, then you're going to lose. You know, so. We just came into it on Monday. We were fired up, you know, ready to get to work. And I think it just started on Monday that, you know, we were excited to play these guys.
You've embraced that leadership role that you've taken as one of the few seniors actually on the defensive side of the ball and one of the few experienced seniors on the defensive side of the ball. For the playoffs, we've interviewed both the opposing coaches, and both of them talked about number 8 on that defensive side of the ball. How has this season progressed, and who are some of the new guys on the defense that have impressed you?
Man, I'm not going to speak to anyone in particular just because I'm so proud of this defense. You know, like at the beginning of the year, you know, when I came on here earlier, we talked about how we kind of settled into our identity. those guys just really took on the role of death row defense, and they've built up that confidence to just play fast, and I'm just so proud of those guys, and I'm really excited to see what they do next year, and how they lead that team as well.
What's the pulse of this team going into this game Friday night?
Man, fired up, baby. We came Monday morning, and of course it's early. We got a 6:15 practice, but Monday morning we were fired up to be there. We were ready to play football. And I think that's some groups get tired of playing football. They get tired of waking up on Monday mornings, and I just don't see that with this group, which fires me up. We're excited about playing football on Thanksgiving. So
this players-only, players-led meeting a couple of weeks ago, the senior class continues to lead, even towards the end of their time here at Georgetown. How do you keep that fire? How do you keep that focus of the players amongst themselves and that focus and buy-in at the peak level going into this game tomorrow night?
So that meeting, we had one. We got 2 year. We had one right after Meet the Eagles at the beginning of the year, and we had one going into this new season, which is playoffs. And it's just to refocus our team. Talk about what we want as a team, what our goals are. Talk about what we need to be bought into. Talk about what we need to be focused on, and the standard. We talked about the standard. And just where that standard lies, and how if you're not willing to meet that standard, we got a problem. So I think it's just we're going to treat it like we did the regular season games too. But I think we're so much more focused because every game could be our last. And I think that's really important, and I think that's going to help us in the long run too.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, the Rangers come in. It's another home game for you. Shout-outs before I let you get out of here?
I guess shout out to you guys for making this radio show work. Shout out to the people that cooked team dinner tonight. It was delicious. That's all I got.
First player that's ever shouted us out.
There we go.
And we can't get rid of Jimmy Dean or Jimmy Warren, because he does that right there. Throws some great, amazing pork chops out for a big team dinner tonight. So we'll take your time out. We come back. We go to the offensive side of the ball with our quarterback, Caleb McDougall. We come back live here at Georgetown High School on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. Stay with us.
Visit Camp Brightside and enjoy great food and drinks in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Brightside is not just great food and drinks, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Brightside is located at 8701 Ranch Road 2338 Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Brightside is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show each Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food and fun like nowhere else in Georgetown, visit Camp Brightside and stay a while.
Back live here at Georgetown High School, the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We go to the offensive side of the ball. It's the quarterback, number 12, newly inducted National Honor Society because he filled out the paperwork this year. Had the grades last year, I believe. But
I filled the paper last week.
Did your sister get inducted last year before you did this year? Okay.
Yeah,
Just making sure. So congrats to Kendall. She got to watch you and welcome you into the National Honor Society.
That was cold.
I'm not saying it's a battle between the twins, but, I mean, the volleyball team has said something about regional finals. I mean, that's how far the Elite Eight there. So that challenge may be out there in the McDougall household. But, Caleb, a game like that the other night, we got to talk about it. We saw some excitement out of old number 12 there on a run. Yeah. Saw some highlights this week, but a run to the end zone for a touchdown. I talked about that play and what you saw, but I think it was like a 20-yard run that it actually went like 72 yards by the time you came across the field. And then after the touchdown, running the length of the field in excitement. Talk about that play.
Well, we were running a sprint out, and all week we said that the shutdown was going to be there because they were all going to be dropping off. So I was rolling out, and there was like 5 defenders over 3 receivers. And I was like, there's no way any of this is going to be open. So I kind of looked to go get whatever, and then I cut back. And I looked around, there was nobody there, so I just took off.
Go that way.
Weston got a good block on number 7. And then I went across the field, looked to my left, there was nobody there, which I was thinking someone's going to hawk me down. And then I ran. I didn't know what to celebrate. I never done that before. So I ran, and then there's a good picture. Like, sand like picked me up on the
Yeah.
side over there, and then it was fun.
So Tennyson's whiting out in the end zone. You're blacking out in the
Yep.
end zone.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all got to get there more, man.
I know. I mean, that'd be awesome.
How much fun was it, though, at that point? You trust the legs, you trust the reads there, you see that defense, and you do it. Does that open up things for this offense if you're able to do that and have the opportunities and take advantage of that?
I mean, yeah, like just seeing that space and going to get it. I mean, we're good. I mean, it's not going to change a whole lot, just sticking to our game plan and doing our best to execute the game plan, trust our coaches, trust each other, and then just believe in one of another, be able to go execute out in the field.
This offense had a great night on the field again. Mm-hmm. At halftime, you're leading 39-0. The running game continues to work. You get great things out of all three backs. You get the passing game going. You get these great plays by so many different weapons. What's the mindset coming out of halftime? How do y'all keep that fire, or what do you do to maintain that and not let that fall off and let a team try to sneak back in there?
I mean, it was kind of just like, remember last year, like for the guys that were there, like they know what happened, and just kind of eliminate that option. And then for the guys who weren't there last year, like make them understand like that's not going to happen again, and we're not going to go make this a close game. We're going to keep it a big score and nice and easy win.
This offense has done a really good job of protecting the football. You haven't gotten sacked a whole lot this year.
I think it's 1 on the year.
Yeah. Talk about your O-line, man, because it all starts there.
They're doing great up there. Like, I'll be honest, spring I was worried a little bit.
You
just
lost some
new
boys.
faces. I lost a lot of guys. New faces. And they really stepped up, and really love having those guys up there. I need to take them out for dinner, which I need to take them to Double Dave's. I know they like that place.
Oh, man, some pepperoni rolls.
Because it won't be too big on my wallet, but
Make sure you grab Dad's
it'll still be good.
debit card before
Yeah,
you grab out
yeah,
for those
yeah.
guys.
That's what I was going to say. Grab Dad's, because if you're taking the O-line, we
Yeah.
call them
The
the
buffet
buffet
killers.
killers.
Yeah.
They'll tear it up.
Yeah.
You guys have a game like that. You kind of have your way with a defense in the Spartans the other night in that first half, especially. How do you guys stay on point here in another challenge against a very good, highly ranked Lone Star Ranger team? How do you guys keep that focus and not let that game have any effect? Now it's time to put it behind, go back to the next game plan. How ready is this offense to continue working, but yet go to work against a team like Lone Star?
Yeah, just knowing that we executed our job on last Friday. We won that football game. We did really well on offense, and just putting it behind us, like knowing that doesn't matter anymore. What matters is Lone Star. They're the next opponent. They're an opponent in the way of what our final goal is, and nameless, faceless opponent. Like who cares? Like if they're second or whatever. Just if we out execute them and outplay them, we can easily win the football game.
What was the reaction when Coach told the team that it's going to be a home game?
I was happy. I don't got to ride the bus. I just walk over to the stadium.
No,
Ain't got to worry about nothing.
I know playoff time is charters, but
Yeah, ain't got to. I don't.
It's still a
I'll
bus.
take a walk over a 3-hour charter ride.
Oh yeah.
And I don't got to pack nothing. I can just keep it in my locker.
Keep it in the locker. How big is it for you guys? This offense and this defense, and you had the special teams clicking. Maybe one of the best halves of Georgetown football I've seen in my time of calling games. How much do you guys feed off each other when that defense is out there rocking and rolling and they get you the ball back? What kind of momentum does that give you guys? And then to try to get in the end zone and get it back to them on defense to bring you the ball back. How much do you guys feed off of each other?
A lot. I mean, we don't get to do it as much anymore, good on good in practice, but like the competition in practice, going against each other, and maybe we're separate teams in practice, but like being in the game, we like take that motivation to go score and get them the ball back. Like if you watch like the whole sideline, not even just offense, but even other defensive guys on the sideline, everybody is hyped up once Tennyson scores a touchdown or after turnovers. Like everybody's getting off the sideline, getting everybody hyped up, and using that momentum to keep the game rolling.
How ready are you and this offense for tomorrow night in the challenge?
I think we got a really good game plan, and I'm feeling good. Just got to believe, like you can't have this mindset that we don't have a chance. Like we definitely have a chance, and just believe in each other do their jobs, and don't take the game too much on yourself, and just play like we have been, and just execute.
It's an opportunity tomorrow night, 7 p.m. This offense, this defense, this special teams go to war with the Lone Star Rangers. Shout-outs before I let you get out of here.
Shout out Cool Blue Offense, and shout out my parents.
There he is. He's your quarterback, Caleb McDougal. We'll take one more quick timeout. We come back. A little trivia. Tonight's trivia is PGA golf. We'll have it live here on the Eagle Nation Coaches Show in just a moment. Stay with us.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoor enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. River and Ranch offers a large selection of outdoors and hunting supplies. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoors outfitter with high-quality services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what we have to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown or visit our website at rrpgtx.com.
All right. Back here live, Eagle Nation Coaches Show. We go to trivia. PGA golf. All right, here we go. Hey, why are you wearing number 60? That is not your number. Okay.
AJ Gonzalez, 7701.
Caleb McDougal, number 12, quarterback.
Jackson Bates, 24, safety.
And then Tennyson Dean's on his way. He's headed down. It's PGA golf. We'll see if he makes it. There he comes. There he comes. All right. So sweet. All right, Tennyson Dean joins us. And here we go. Y'all ready? All right. Name. Question number 1. Okay, tonight is overall points. There's 5 questions, a possibility of 10 points. So there are questions you can get partially right or partially wrong. Number 1, name the 2 golfers who have the most career PGA Tour wins.
Okay, I got one.
Okay, go with 1.
Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Jack Nicklaus.
Incorrect. Tiger Woods is 1.
Arnold Palmer.
Ooh, close. No. Any dads know? Sam Snead. Yeah, he died before y'all were born, I think. All right, offense has 1 point to 0. Question number 2. Who has won the most PGA Tour majors in their career?
Jack Nicklaus.
That is correct. Jack Nicklaus. How many has he won? It doesn't count, but
I want to say it's like 17.
close. 18. Question number 3. Who is the current number 1 ranked golfer in the world?
Scotty Scheffler.
That is correct. Is that 3-0? Wow. Who is the we read that one. Question 4. What is the longest official PGA Tour drive, and who is the golfer that hit it? There's 2 questions, 2 answers.
Is it John Daly?
Incorrect.
Shamble.
No. It is Max Homa. This past year, how many yards was his drive?
407. I don't know.
That was pretty darn close.
Let's go 400.
It was 477. Max Homa. Max Homa. In 2024. All right. So it's 3-0. This question is number 5 and has 4 points available. So defense can actually win this if they get this question right. So everyone has to put their and If you raise your hand, your answer has to begin within like a second. Name the 4 majors on the PGA Tour.
Masters, U.S. Open. That's all I got.
That's 2. That's 2. No amateurs. PGA. Any guess? The question was, what did Happy Gilmore play in? What major? It is the PGA Championship and the British Open. So, there we go. So offense wins that tonight. Wow, that's kind of a offense took that. I mean, they picked the topic, so next week's topic will be undetermined. It'll be a surprise. So take care of business tomorrow night, and I may give you a hint later on. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Burkleback Field. We have a tailgate. It is sponsored by Catfish Parlor tomorrow night out at the field. It sounds wonderful, but tomorrow night there's opportunities to support Georgetown athletics here on the campus. 5 p.m., the Georgetown boys will play basketball against Leander here at the high school, and then it will be over. Coach Canfield guaranteed about 6:15, 6:30, because he has to get over to PA, the public address announcer for the football game. But they moved the game 2 hours early to get everyone out to go to the football field and support the team. So we'll have the call live on the SHN Sports Network of the basketball game at 5, and then I'll close up shop, head to the field to call the Georgetown Eagle football game against Lone Star at 7 p.m. on the NFHS Network. That's where you have to go play for it. To help you remember it, NFHS, no free high school sports. And so that is where you go, sign up, get you a membership, and then you can cancel it at the end of the month. It's like $7 or $8. But come and join us. There's no reason to go watch it online tomorrow night when you're here in town. Fill up the Burke. 7 o'clock, these gentlemen will go to work and go to battle against the Lone Star Rangers. Thanks for joining us tonight here from the high school. Stay safe in the rain. Hopefully it ends before my tea time tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us here live at Georgetown High School. Have a good night. Yeah. One more question.
Who's the best golfer here?
That would be me. Because I've seen you golf. Remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.